Good evening. I am Reverend Patrick Dolan. I am a Catholic priest in Southeast Denver. I've been at a parish now for 16 years, Most Precious Blood, and I'm here with the Multifaith Leadership Forum in Denver. We're a group of ministers that meet and come together for support, and really more than ministers, a lot of people working in the area of faith. And we support each other across these lines, and we try to build those lines of communication, not simply between us, but between the congregations that we all come into contact with. And so we started during this time of COVID a moment of prayer every week. It's a brief moment. We come together. We try to bring something from our own tradition so that we can reach across the space and be there with one another. In my own faith, I often think that we have spent so much time courting and investigating the Holy Spirit that lives in hearts. And this is really a time we look to the Spirit of the divine that exists between human hearts as we reach across this sacred space to one another. And so what I've chosen to do tonight to lead us in prayer is a form of a medieval prayer. It's called the Nunc Dimittis, and it comes from the Christian scriptures, even though it refers a lot to the Hebrew scriptures. And it is something that is part of the office of our night prayer, part of the official night prayer of the church that is prayed every night by many people and certainly by the clergy. It is one of the famous canticles from the Gospel of Luke, "Lord, let your servant go in peace." And it's this moment, we come to the end of the day. The day has not always gone the way we want. Life is still a struggle, and yet we somehow know we are all connected to the divine. We are still connected to that which is numinous. And so this night prayer that is said every night, let your servant go in peace, because regardless of what's gone on, our eyes have still seen salvation in the world, in God, in one another, and that is enough to sustain us through the night. It is a prayer in Latin. It is chanted, and many of the chants in the Catholic Church come from different cultures. This is a chant tone that comes from a monastery in France in the Impressionist era. It's one that I chant a lot when I do chant, and so this is the Nunc Dimittis. And I'd ask you to simply take a moment of quiet. Collect yourself, put yourself in the presence of God, however you name God, and I will start the chant in just a moment. Nunc Dimittis, servum tuum Domini, secundum verbum tuum in pace, qui viderunt aquali mei salutare tuum, quod parasti ante faciem omnium populorum. Gloria, gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper in et saecula So may God bless you this evening. May you be at peace. May you be safe, and may you be well. And before we end, each time we try to support a charity. There will be a link underneath this video on the YouTube page, and we are continuing to support the refugee and immigration, sort of the arm of the Mosaic Foundation, and they are helping the people in this time. Whenever we are in crisis, those who struggle for daily life are in even more serious crisis. The divide becomes wider. And so if you're able, we would love to have you support that group. But until we see each other again next week, be blessed, be safe, and be well. Thank you.